Lately, I've been thinking about blogging and writing. As I mentioned in previous videos, blogging is not for everyone, and it's certainly not for every author. But it does work for me, and I enjoy it. So today I want to talk about why I blog as an author and editor. I'm going to cover why I started blogging, why I continue to blog, and what my blog does not do for me. This is Ignited Ink Writing, a channel dedicated to helping authors like you transform your writing so it lingers with your readers. Because writing that lingers gets remembered and recommended to others. I'm Caitlin Burvey, editor and writer. Let's start with why I started Ignite Your Ink. Ignite Your Ink is the name of my blog on my website, ignitedinkwriting.com. That blog also inspires the videos for this channel. And I'll be honest, I started the blog because I bought into the marketing hype that I needed one in order to get clients for my business. Most marketers will tell you that you need a blog or a vlog, video channel, or podcast, or something like that to bring in clients. What they don't tell you is those things are a lot of work, and they don't tell you how much time you will spend marketing your blog instead of marketing your services, your products, or in our case, our books. Ignite Your Ink was originally intended to drive traffic to my website and mark me as an expert in the creative writing field. So far, I'm happy with the results in that area, even though I don't see the traffic numbers I would like. I think it's one of those things where I always want more. In addition to driving traffic and marketing, my blog is intended to build my readership, my author platform. And while I love writing fantasy novels, I also love teaching creative writing. And to me, my blog is a way of teaching. I truly want to help other authors be successful just like I want to be successful myself. I enjoy that aspect of the writing industry. It's also exposure, a way to get my name and services out there. Now, I do use my blog for my email list, like you should if you're blogging. What I do in my email is I offer some more insights into the information that I put in my blog, so my email subscribers get a little something extra. I also provide monthly writing prompts and writing industry updates. Email lists are a key part of any marketing strategy, and my blog is one way I build my list. So to recap, some of the reasons I started my blog were to market my business and services, to mark me as an expert in the creative writing field, to scratch my teaching itch, and to build my email list and drive traffic to my website. So those are reasons I started my blog. Now I want to share what my blog does not do. Another bit of honesty here, I don't get many editing clients from my blog. Most of those people come from referrals. However, I do get to interact with some wonderful people because of Ignite Your Ink. I also write posts, again, which inspire these videos, for my clients and to answer some questions that I was asked in the comment section. Posts and videos like how to weave dialogue, description, and setting, and how to show, don't tell in creative writing were written for specific clients to help them master those concepts. Also, Ignite Your Ink has not given me some crazy following. Neither has this YouTube channel. I'm not sure that I really want to be an influencer, but I definitely do not consider myself one. That doesn't mean that this channel or my blog is a failure. It just means that getting noticed is hard in this noisy internet world, and right now I'm a one-woman show, so there's only so much I can do. And finally, while my blog has built an email list for my nonfiction books and courses, it has not built my fiction platform. Something I realized when I was getting ready to release my book, When Magic Calls, is that most of my email list subscribers were people who were interested in creative writing, not necessarily people interested in fairy tale twists and pieces playing with form and perspective. So those are some things that my blog has not done. Now I want to share why I still blog. The golden age of blogging is over, but a blog can still be useful. If it weren't for Ignite Your Ink, this YouTube channel would not exist. Also, I am building my list and driving traffic to my website because of my blog. Lots of people find me who would not otherwise without it. So I think it's still working for me. Also, blogging keeps me writing regularly. I try really hard to get a post out every week, just like I try to upload a video every week. Writing those blog posts also forces me to think deeper about certain aspects of creative writing. Sometimes when I do that, I find out I disagree with some conventional wisdom. For example, if there's a bit of head hopping in a story, but it's really clear who's thinking what, and it adds something to the piece, I don't see the point in completely eradicating it. If it's working, leave it alone. I learn more about my beliefs as a writer and editor from blogging than I do from most other aspects of my writing. Also, like I mentioned before, blogging is a way for me to share my knowledge. I love teaching, and my blog is a form of teaching. One thing that I get to do is if someone from my email list asks me a question, or in one of my classes I get asked a question, I can turn that answer into a blog post so I can share it with more people. In that same vein, I do think of Ignite Your Ink as a rough draft of some nonfiction books. I don't know about you, but I get really frustrated by the number of general writing books out there and the lack of specific ones. What I mean is there's a lot of writing 101 books and not so many writing 301 books. I want to craft nonfiction books on creative writing that dive deep into a specific subject. My first book will likely be on perspective and point of view. I also want to write one on how to write YA and other aspects of creative writing. So my blog is kind of like a blueprint or a place for me to start testing out these ideas. Marketers call this repurposing your content when you take something like a blog and turn it into a book. I think of it more as just being an author. Now, I do repurpose my blog in other ways, which is another reason I continue to write it. My blog, again, becomes these YouTube videos. It also inspires and provides me tidbits to use for my social media. So for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those places. And I take the pictures from my blog and post them on Pinterest. All of these things help me build a readership, an audience or platform, and they help drive traffic to that blog to get people on my email list. It also means that I have something to send my email subscribers every week, because I blog every week. Knowing what to send your email list is something a lot of authors I work with struggle with. I don't have to worry about it if I have a blog post. So, some of the reasons I continue to blog are it is building my audience and driving traffic to my website. It's a way for me to draft my nonfiction books on creative writing and think deeper about some of those topics. I get to share my knowledge, essentially teach, through my blog. And it's content that I can repurpose for my social media. Next, I want to share thoughts on blogging from an editor and blogger. If you're going to blog, just like if you're going to write, you have to be self-motivated. No one is going to hold you to your deadline. No one is going to say, hey, why aren't you writing your blog post? Isn't it due tomorrow? That is all on you. Just like no one is going to say, hey, why aren't you working on your chapter? Or why are you only halfway done? I thought you were writing all week. So you have to have the motivation to complete your blog. You also should enjoy it. This shouldn't be something that you hate doing and you feel like you have to do. If that's how you're feeling, blogging isn't for you. Look into other ways to share your knowledge, to get your thoughts out there, to build your readership. There are plenty of other options. To me, blogging is creative writing. I think that's because I blog about subjects I'm passionate about, and because I do eventually want to turn them into books. I'm happy I started and stuck with it, and I even enjoy making the pictures that go along with it. I don't consider myself a graphic designer, but I'm way better at making pictures now than I was before I started my blog. If you're thinking about blogging, remember to keep your expectations in check. Blogging is slow. It takes forever to build an audience to get that momentum going. Once it does happen, it is a snowball, it builds faster. But those first few months, even the first year, it's gonna be slow. So just be aware of that. Similarly, you can't predict what posts are gonna be popular and which ones aren't. My blog post on third-person point of view shows up in the first 10 results when you search for it very, very frequently. But my blog post on omniscient and second person doesn't. That's weird, right? You would think that all of them would. Keywords do have something to do with this, so does the number of people who search for that topic, but it's still pretty unpredictable. So to recap, I started my blog and continue to do so to drive traffic to my website, to build my email list, to get my thoughts and knowledge on creative writing down as a form of teaching and as a rough draft for my nonfiction books, and because I enjoy it. So why do you blog or not blog? Share your reasons in the comments below. And for more videos on blogging and other aspects of writing, subscribe to Ignited Ink Writing, a channel dedicated to helping authors like you transform your writing so it lingers with your readers. Because writing that lingers gets remembered and recommended to others. I'm Caitlin Burvey, editor and writer. To find out more about me, go to www.ignitedinkwriting.com. There you will also find my blog, Ignite Your Ink. I am also trying out an author blog, which you can find at caitlinburvey.com and has a very different setup. And now it's your turn to take a look at what I do get out of blogging, why I started, why I continue, and what I don't get, to decide if blogging is right for you to ignite your ink.